Hey guys, it's Potato Master, and welcome back to Shapes 2, where today, oh boy, do we have color mixing milestones to do, but also we have not done very many tasks. This is still the painting task. We have not gotten started on any of the train tasks, and now down here, this is not the cutoff, this is not the cutoff. This is the cutoff. Okay, so from here onwards is color mixing, and these tasks look fun. Can I even say that? I mean, 5 stacks of color mixing and all that. Oh, great. Honestly, I won't even be surprised if I click on one of these and it's 6 at some point. So, I think I am just going to do tasks a little bit slowly. I do want to get through all of them, so the Insane Mode series might be a little longer than all the others, because I might just have some task-focused episodes. But whatever, we'll get there when we get there. Let's start on milestone 7 at least and have this cooking. Because later on, I'm sure these milestones will take longer anyways. So first things first, we need so much white. And this also goes up to 5 stacks. Yay! What about this one? Does this one go up to 5 stacks? Yep. How pleasant. I wonder, do these two have any similarities at all? I mean, okay, so in this first stage on this one, we start with this shape twice, one blue, one red, and then interestingly, we switch around the color, so it looks like having the opposite diagonal guys is going to be important there, and then what happens? I mean, those two diagonal circles stay the same. And the purple diagonal slopes, I guess, kind of go there. I mean, it's very much slopes and circles with 2 squares in. This one, though, let's see. Yep, we have all slopes and then a square. Then we have just a bunch more slopes on top of it. Cool. All white, by the way. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so that full one just gets changed to purple, and then instead we just have another diagonal slope underneath of it that is cyan, and also rotate the one on top to a different angle, also make it cyan, and then put the white version of that shape on top. Okay, so the bottom one doesn't look like as much changes as the top one. Ooh, operator level. Don't mind if I do. Alright, well, we do have fluid trains, so realistically, we could make this anywhere. And I am seeing a full slope shape there. We can also split up these guys too. So this one is, mainly slopes, which with a little bit of square and circle, while this one is slope and circle. So right here, yeah, we got some circles nearby, we got some squares. Oh, there's also just another full slope right down over here. So maybe this area here would be better for the top one because we have a full circle and a full slope. And then down over here will be the bottom one. Yeah, so let's take these shape codes and let's put down some waypoints here. Alright, so there's the top one, operator 4, operator 5, and I didn't select the shape code. Whoops. Alright, there we go. So let's focus on this guy over here first. So what needs to happen in the processes here? We need some painting platforms, have a stacker there, flip it for there, and then we want red to be on top, so that means we're going to have red going here. Okay, so that should be our process, and then we just need trains for everything. Okay, so let's get fluid in here first. Let's see, we have a red over here, but blue's kind of over here, and yeah, we got red and blue. Blue's also down here. I think I'm gonna put the stuff over here then. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of anything in the future. So this first one needs to be the red one, so that's in the first area. And then you just need to jump over, come around here, and then I think we can turn the train like this, and that should put the blue into there. So that should be Yep, fluid train set up. So now for this one, I mean, we could make it two aren't carriages? Ooh, carriages are 6 platform units. So maybe we put some of these on the second floor if we can, but the main thing is that we need diagonal slopes on one part, and then diagonal circle, diagonal slope, diagonal circle. Okay, so yep, we put 2 of those there, and then we literally take this exact setup and put it right over here. Yeah, right there is good for now. It might move later, oh well. Ooh, wait, this is actually going to be a lot more complicated than I thought, because they need to alternate, don't they? So it doesn't matter how they alternate, just as long as they alternate. Oh wait, I also just realized these slopes aren't going to be the correct orientation, are they? No, that's right. I actually did, it wasn't a direct copy and paste, I actually needed these guys. There we go, now they should be the correct orientation. So that gets those 2, so the top one, and yeah, it's the 2 tops, and that means this over here has to share the same fate, but train stop gets placed 1 later, and then that should be all good. So then we just need locomotive, 1, 2, 3, 4 wagons. I actually didn't connect it at the very end here, but that should just be that. And that should be the milestone shape. Okay, well, I guess we'll just check on that in a second. For now, though, we gotta come over here and do this operator. This one's gonna be a bit more of a pain in the... We need white, and we need the thing where we have to cut out the one thing, which historically hasn't gone too well. However, I think I can still take this and bring it on down over here. And then I just need to go to the second floor, delete everything, come back down, get rid of a couple of extras. And then in all the empty spaces, why are we on label? Need trash. And now we won't have the backing up problem because one bit of it's getting trashed. Okay, and you know what? I am going to make that face the way I want it to. Alright, there we go. Now we have all of that. And then... I mean, yeah, we can just take, like, the square from over here. Alright, and then there's the square we need. Alright, and then we're just going to arbitrarily start our factory. Yeah, here seems like a good spot. Actually, no. We're going to have it connect like that, so we only have to use 1 train, and then that train will be brought to, oh, let's just say, like, up over here, kind of out of the way. I just kind of want, you know, these factories to at least be somewhat out of the way of everything, just so that we can expand on them, because I think that was a big problem I had in the past, is that I was trying to always expand off of all the mining deposits and everything, but if I just put it in the middle of nowhere, then we have a bunch of space to expand, because we can always easily rewire how the trains come up to it. Alright, so once the train's set up, that should give us our normal shape. Now it just needs to be colored. So let's grab our painting platform, and I think that's the correct way. Yes, it is. And now, well, we can't really mine that color, so I guess we're going to have to do a little bit of mixing here, guys. Now, here's the thing. Not only are we going to need white for some of the stuff over here, but we're also going to need white for some of the stuff over here. And along this little section, we got some nice blue, green, and red. And we do have at least 2 train lines right now. So yeah, we're going to really pack these guys up. Or actually, hold on, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. I was gonna have like a bunch of trains going in to make white, but then I realized I'd also have to have a bunch of trains going out. I think I want the colors to actually be close enough, like over here, yeah, where they can then make white, and then we ship white out. Oh wow, I was about to do it in a very bad way. There's no other way to put it. It was about to be horrendous. All right, so we got kind of our colors. I think I'm just gonna be making 2 full lines of white right now. I think we're definitely going to be needing more than that later. Yeah, we need 1. We definitely need 2 for this. For this one, we'll need another line, but then in total, we'll also need... Okay, so we will need a double production at some point, but for right now, this is good. And it would be so much nicer if we had the extensions for this, but alas, what can you do? Alright, paint mixer. Where do we want to slap this down at? Oh, what's that? Anywhere's fine? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, you know what? If I had access to 3 floors, I could make this so much better. I could put, like, each paint on a different floor, and then that way we could have, yeah, all 3 types of paint on 1 carriage. Ooh, I really need to get these tasks done so I can get some research points. Oh. Oh, we're so behind on research points. I could be doing so much better. 3rd floor is 50. Ouch. Fluid miner extensions, 25. Ooh, and then it's 12 for each of the new trains. Oh, well. I guess for right now, what I can do... I could connect these 2 guys. Ah, interesting. None of that paint is connected. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that I did flip this to get the trains going the other direction. Okay, well, you were going to have to change anyway. Alright, there we go. Now green's on the 2nd floor. So now this can all be hooked up to 1 train. And then this would be a separate train. And then if we take this, put it over here but mirror it, we can have one of them coming in through the top here and going through into both sides. And then over on this side, blue can either go into these top 2 or just these ones, however it wants to do it. Man, I'm sure this could be done so much better. Oh wait, how am I going to get that into there? Oh, great. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Just had to move it 1 over. I just need to unlock all the stuff that makes this more efficient, really. I think it's just a lack of materials that I'm seeing right now. Okay, there should be a replace option. Come on. Okay, well, now I just need to hook up the trains. Alright, well, now that we actually have white coming through, where did we need to put this white again? Oh, yeah, over here. Also, a little bit concerned that this isn't working. God damn it. I always do this. I just forgot to put a train there. Okay, we should see Milestone 7 coming in soon. Everything is so backed up. Oh, no. Oh, what have I done? Okay, anyways, we need to set up over here. Fluid unloading to put the white in there. A little train stop there, and then let's connect these guys. So now that should be bringing in white. This will eventually bring in the shapes as soon as I actually put a shape wagon on this guy. And that should combine those guys together, paint it white, and then we're all good or whatever. I don't know. You know what? This one over here probably only needs the 1 wagon. Who am I kidding? The vortex is like right over here. It'll be fine. Okay, well that should be the first stage of those 2 milestone tasks done. Let's actually make sure that these guys combine together correctly. Yep, they look good. Alright, we're just waiting for white to come in. And it looks like it is indeed coming in. Oh, it's a good thing I went back to check. You did not have a wagon on you. Also, what's going on over here? Shouldn't you be... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I even looked at it and was like, yeah, this one has to be red because it's going to go on top as it's going into the bottom. What am I doing? Alright, it's definitely a fix. Look at that little wonky train track down there. But yeah, that should actually be producing our milestone now. Great. Cool. Okay. We finally get to check on our pin task. We get to continue these. I don't remember this at all. What was going on here? Pushing the limit. Yeah, I'd say pushing my limit. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had started work on this, hadn't I? And then I ran out of platform units. What's going on here? I don't remember. Wait, that's right. Yeah, this is getting split. So you need another green. And then I was going to bring the blue around and put you in there. And then we need more blue. All right, all right. And then I was just going to put the slopes in. That's correct. The slopes. And then they're going to be stacked on top of these guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, they'd be stacked on top of these guys before being put in there. And then actually this train, I think, would have to be moved anyway. So let's make this a little bit more streamlined here. Why don't we? Okay, we can make any part of this a tunnel at any time we need to. All right, all right, all right. So let's just assume this one produces the correct thing. I know, crazy thing to assume, but let's just do that. It then needs to be stacked with this, and it doesn't matter how it's stacked. So I can get rid of that. I can have the stacker go there, and then space belt down. And then at the very end of it all, we can just take this guy. It does still need to be on the bottom. We just need the diagonal circles. Oh, hello. You know what? Actually, I think I am just going to make this a line. I don't think it needs to be anything more than that. Also, your bridge needs to go a little bit further there, bud. Yeah, we don't need any fancy trains. It's literally right there. Like, come on. But yeah, theoretically, that should be our pin task. And I do mean it when I say theoretically. Oh, hey, look, our milestones are coming in nice. All right, guys. After building the 2 factories for the milestones and the 1 pin task, I've had a little look at my recording time, the time I've been recording for, and ooh, it's not good. So here's the thing. I'm definitely not going to do any milestones off camera. However, I might just, while these 2 are completing and before we even start on next task or next milestone phase, I might get all of these current pin tasks done all on my own. I know I've gone through, I've already looked at each phase. This one is the why the hell are we here just to suffer. This is another one that I think I went over a little bit. I'm going to hate doing this one, but it's manageable. Yeah, we'll be fine here. Okay. This one is also not that bad. This is actually probably like the easiest one out of all of them until the very last stage when it completely changes on you. Well, actually, it doesn't change that much on you. And then this one also looks not that bad. And that might just be how we operate now. I might just have to like go through, give a little review on these guys. If something big ever pops up, I might mention something. But overall, it's just gonna, oh god, it's gonna look like this. If I do this version of doing these tasks though, I will chime in whenever I complete a task, like is on the final stage, and I will review my final factory for it. But I think just in the stages, building up to each task, I just need to lock in and get it done. So we might be about to hit a little bit of a time skip here. I'm going to try and get all these done, and I think I'll save all the final factories for them. We'll go over each of them together then, and then we'll continue on with our milestone. Unless something major comes up, like I am a little bit low on platform units. That might come up, who knows. But if nothing major comes up, I'll see you guys after a short little time skip here where we'll have all of these tasks for the painting phase done. Hey guys, welcome back after that short little time skip, and by short little time skip, I do mean that took me like 5 hours to get through all these tasks. 5 tasks, 5 hours. Why? It wasn't even the full task, I'd already completed most of the main stages, but I guess I should walk you through my final couple factories here, and I would go in order, but I don't remember where each of them are, so we're just going to go as I find them. Actually, I think this is like one of my smaller ones, mainly because it's just this little guy here. This guy wasn't too hard. It was mainly just the last stage with painting. Obviously, this one still has to get in as well. So we got the final green circles coming in. They're coming in from somewhere, all the way down here. They make their way over. And then this shape here is kind of like, you know, the main shape. So we got this shape. I'm just going to be saying this shape a lot, going to be honest. But beforehand, I had like this, and then but here again. However, it then needed the circles to be painted, so I had to do a bit of a jank thing over here where I kind of took some of these circles and then these squares and, you know, got myself some green paint, but it wasn't that bad. This one over here, this wasn't painted at first. It did eventually need to be painted though. That was part of the final stage. Other than that, this side hasn't really changed all too much. So that's how I did that task there. Ah yes, the next one is over here. This one was definitely a little bit more complex. And we did end up getting 2 outputs from it, mainly because the final version of the shape just wanted us to, where is it? Yeah, take our final product, split it into some pieces, and then if they were here right now, I would show you, but I guess the train hasn't brought them over. Ah, here they are. Yeah, add some of these types of slopes to it. Now, I did run into a little bit of a problem with these types of slopes with the way I did it. Before, I had this train connected that was delivering these guys. However, that made it so that if this was full, it then couldn't pick up the new ones, and then it was putting it on top of the existing shape, which is what we didn't want, and it was canceling out a bunch of stuff, and it was just making it be really slow. But otherwise, yeah, it's just getting paint, making these guys over here. A setup like this gets used a lot. Oh, yeah, this was just for the main shit. That's right, it was for this. Yeah, I think anything past here I did on my own. So yeah, it wasn't that hard. But then if we go over here, yeah, this one also wasn't that bad. This one I had to reconstruct the entire thing for tier 4 and 5. Just because they were that different, and once again, this is another one that needed to be split into 2 different shapes. So I just completely redid it. So for this shape here, we got ourselves making full diamond and full diamond. This one gets painted red. This one gets painted green. It then has some diagonal spikes go beneath it. Then have diagonal spikes go on top of it, and the red diamond goes on top. So instead of using my existing shape and trying to figure out how the hell I reconfigure that, I just redid it. Ended up being much simpler. And then this one over here is kind of the same concept, but just with circles. So yeah, that one wasn't too bad. This one though, this one was a pain. And then this is also the one where I had to change my camera, because I found out originally how I was doing it. Is if I go over here, I had brought the red spikes that were down here up here and then placed these guys on top of it, thinking that, oh, when they go in and get placed down, they're going, because these are connected to the top one, they're going to, you know, sit right on top of there. These green slopes are going to get stopped by the blue ones, and thus the red ones will stop too, right? Nope. The red spokes continued down to the 3rd floor. So there is no glue between the floors, only glue on one floor, which is really interesting. I feel like there's definitely some weird shenanigans you can do with that and just like dropping stuff all the way down. Oh, and it looks like this one got completed, which I think is the one that we need to go to next, right? What have I showed off? I showed off that one. I showed off that one. Is this the one No, this is the one I'm showing off. That's right, yeah, I showed off this one. This one is the last one I need to show off. I don't remember. Is it down? I think it's down here. Yeah, I think it's down here. This one... Oh, yeah, I had to reconfigure this one a bunch. Oh, there's all our tasks done. Let's go. This is the one I had to reconfigure the most, and I think the one I spent the most time on. So let's have a little look at it. Luckily, this top one here was probably the most simple layer of it all. It just comes from... Oh, God, where does it come from? Over here. And I got green trains being made use of the same lines here to conserve space. This red train used to look really different before I had to double up the slopes because they needed to be, yeah, painted the same color here instead of having like one of these diagonals be gray. That was probably the biggest change into the tier 5. As well as these circles here used to come from right here and only had to be gray, not colored. But for that, I found a nifty little green circle down here right next to blue, so we stay winning. Also, this white setup's going to have to move for the milestone, because, well, actually, I can remove this task right now. And also spend my my research points. You know, I got a couple of research points, only a little bit. Other than that, though, you know, red spikes, red half circle or diagonal circles, they came from a bunch of stuff down here. It's really just, I have a lot of stackers and processes like in the middle. Like you can definitely see my central line here that I like to have, and then everything else kind of branches off of it. And then I've started just really using trains to get everything into that central processing line, which has been working great instead of just, you know, trying to find all the resources nearby and using normal space belts and everything to hook everything together, and then only using the train for the export. That just doesn't work. Not in this scenario, anyway. And, well, you know what that means. Luckily, there's only 4 for the train one, but I think what I'm going to do again, okay, here's what I might do. I might do stage 1 for each of these. Oh my, what is happening here? No, I'm gonna go through, review each of them, then we'll time skip for these tasks. But before I do any of that, we got some milestones to complete. So what the hell is happening over here? So this wants to be repainted on the diagonals, which, okay, luckily I've kind of got going for me here. Although I will say, a big weakness of the painting platform is that I can't just place a row of 4 of them, because all of these pretty much need to be painted different colors, and it doesn't work like that. So yeah, this entire thing's probably gonna have to be redone a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, actually, I think we can just get rid of this entire color line for this milestone. I don't think we have to get rid of these guys. You know what? It might actually be better. Let's see. So we need the circles to be cyan and white, and then we need these guys to be cyan and purple. I think there's something I can do here with dyeing these before they even get to this area right here, which means I'd be able to remove all of this. And I'm just going to keep it like this for now. And we're going to actually use our research points. Now, the first thing we need, 3rd floor. God, we need a 3rd floor. Second thing we need, fluid miner extensions. Thank you. Next thing we need, 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 12 is 72. Bop, boop, map, bada bing. And you know what? We'll upgrade train capacity. And just like that, we're back at 0 research points, boys. I think I'm actually going to clean up all of my tasks first, though, because I need platform units, and I also just need a fresh slate. Doesn't that just feel so much better to have everything just so clean again? I did delete our white making factory, and that's mainly because I'm about to make it better, really, is the main answer. So we have to remember, how much white do we need? I think it was 4. I think it was 4 for everything, but we only need 2 for this tier. Yeah, and then we need 2 more for the next one. Okay. I have an idea for this over here, as I kind of stated before. And my little idea involves, well, this train, first of all, needs to move. Yes. Yes, it does. You also need to move one over here, because you guys are going to be needing to get painted. Oh yeah, now our painting platforms have the 3rd floor on them, because we unlocked the 3rd floor. Nice. And then I also believe the same thing needs to happen, yeah, right over here. So now I gotta think this through. So obviously we're gonna have our train here. So if we were to have another train kind of barge on in, I do have an idea for right here. So if I grab a fluid guy and place it there and there. Now, only fluids can be offloaded from there, And then we just grab our little space pipes. Okay, and then now, I guess I gotta figure out which one of these circles actually goes on the bottom. Okay, so the very first carriage is a circle, and it ends up on this one, which then ends up on the top. Okay, so the first one needs to be white. So this right here is white, which means that this one would be cyan. And I think it's the same for this over here, where this is, yeah, the one that goes on top. So it's cyan, so it's white, cyan, cyan, magenta. White, cyan, cyan, magenta. That is the train that needs to flow through here. Wait, actually, that won't be the order. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, you need to be white, you need to be cyan, so it's going to be blank YN, blank cyan, which I think it's still going to be, I think it's going to be, yeah, okay. It's going to be cyan, white, magenta, cyan. Cyan, white, magenta, cyan, CWMC. CWNC. And I'm also going to extend this rail right here and then make it so that green goes that way. That way when the fluid train comes here, I'll make it green. And then it just goes, it turns right back around right here. So now we got to figure out how to get those colors over. Cyan is blue and green. There's a decent amount of blue and green here. Okay, let's just focus on making white first, because I do have a plan for that. So over here, we're going to put right on the first floor. And you know what? Yeah, I am going to do this all 4 times for now. We're going to put green on the second floor, and then blue on the third floor. And then we just need our liquid guy and connect them all up. Alright, so now by the time it gets to here, it'll have right on the first floor, green on the second, and blue on the top. So wherever it is that we decide to offload this, let's just bring this out a little bit, and we'll say, yeah, here-ish is fine. Okay, so then the 3 colors will come out here, and honestly, the only problem I'm seeing is that, once again, these guys are like all right next to each other. But let's just grab our paint mixer and see what we can kind of do about this. So obviously we want all of these to be able to come down to the same floor. I think what we kind of want though is foundation here, and then we want this to actually be flipped so that, yeah, these don't combine in the way that they're not supposed to. And then we place you down one more. So yeah, this is going to be a 2x3, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll make it work. Okay, let me just get space pipe in here and then there. Alright, now I just got to do the internals on these platforms. Yeah, and then when we get over here, the fluid on the third floor is going to come down and then go into this side, as the one that was on the second floor, now first floor, combines with the first floor one, makes that color, and then combines with the third color to create white. And this is our white setup. That's a save blueprint. Now, the thing with this is that with the way I have this set up, it's not the most tileable thing in the world. However, I think right there, no, one more up, right? And then, because we can have space pipe go like that, and then space pipe like that, and then space pipe like that. So actually, it would be better if you then went right there, just so we had a perfect staircase, even though you don't need to be. This way, I think I can also get away with this. Maybe not. And if we can get away with this specifically, yeah, no, we can't, because of this final one right here and the fact that there's no spaces in between. But I mean, for right now, we only need these first 2 here. But if we do want to future-proof, maybe instead we place tunnels as far out as they go. And does that happen to somehow fix the problems we were having? But I think it does. Yep, this does fix all of our problems, and then I think this is tileable. I don't think we even needed the bridges to be this long, but whatever. It works. We now have whites coming out. And now we need magenta and 2 cyans. And I think I can use these 3 guys right here for that. You know what? I kind of like this 2x2 design right here to be used just for normal paint mixing. Just the fact that it doesn't need the 3rd floor. Yeah, just so that way we can have like a 2-floor input here and then it does the thing it needs to. I think that's just a better paint mixer. That does mean I think we can go in here, create a folder, and name it paint mixers, and then put both white and paint mixer into it, and then put you right there. And now if I put my paint mixers down, I can kind of just shove these about anywhere I want, but I think it'll end up being, yeah, more kind of over here-ish. So the question is, can I put these right next to each other? So what I can do is, because I need 2 cyan and 1 magenta, all 3 of those require blue. So I can just have 3 blue, 3 paint carriages with blue on the 1st floor, and then 2 of them have green on the 2nd, and 1 of them has red on the 2nd. And then those 3, I think, will eventually end up in here. Yeah, the only problem is then hooking everything kind of back up. I mean, what we can do is something kind of like this, where they all come back together in the end, and when we have the fluid offloaders here. So yeah, if we have 3 of them in a line, I think they need to be that far away. And then we can do, yeah, that. Okay, cool. Ooh, but actually, with the order of things, we might even just be able to get away with this, because white will be this carriage here. So we end up getting this instead, because white's already taken out of the picture. There we go. Okay. Now I just need to feed you cyan, you magenta, you cyan. Alright, I got a train line. So basically, it'll eventually come over here, pick up all the blue that's on the 1st floor. Over here, it picks up the green that's separated by 1 carriage. And then over here, it'll pick up red that's in the middle. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and now we need to connect this to over here. And you need to be a green train. But first, you need to pick up the white over here. So let me also grab this line. All right, and for now, I'm just going to put the green train there so that I can set the jump right there, and then you get 4 little wagons. Did I set up the train on this guy? I did not. Should probably do that. There's our colors for the first part of Milestone 7. Okay, but theoretically, it's not this one done because I need to connect these 2 guys. Now this one should be done. Let's also clear you up a little bit. And actually, I need to clear up you a little bit too, because you're going to be all colored now. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Should probably also add some carriages to this guy. Always forgetting something I am. But that should be that one done. We'll check on it in a bit. When we feel like it, we'll check on it. Okay, what's happening over here? You were already being painted white. That is something that was already happening, and then I took that away from you, because we have new white now. The only thing is, though, is that, yeah, now we also need cyan and magenta, which, again, wants us to get every damn color. But first, let's plan this out a little bit, shall we? So, yeah, this is all staying the same. It just needs 2 stackers on it, and always needs to be on the bottom. Oh, actually, I think we can just do the 1 stacker, because I can do this process right over here, like, real easy. So, first of all, just mine it, Boza. And second of all, we got diagonals, which we need, yeah, these ones. Okay. Both of these end up in a painting platform. Also, I don't know if I'm just taking too long on all of these, but I only have the first blueprint shape set up, and I have so many blueprint points. Have I just made really small blueprints, or am I doing way too much manually? The answer is probably yes to both of those statements. Okay, and then once these guys would be done being painted, let's see, you need to go on top, so yeah, it would end up looking like that. Now the question actually is, where do we put fluid loading at? I think we can actually kind of get away with doing it there, and then you can do that while you have a fun merry-go-round. There we go. Okay, and that means that this is the diagonal, so this back one needs to be magenta, cyan, and then we'll have white up front. Yeah, and then that will eventually go over wherever it needs to go. And then honestly, these guys, just a simple little, well, if it would cooperate, a simple little space belt right over here, because it's really close. Could I position this a bit better? Yeah, probably. Anyways, we just need to make cyan and magenta. Magenta goes in the back, cyan goes in the middle. That's the important thing to remember. Okay, there's magenta, and magenta goes last. This is actually kind of where we can start our train. And then we need cyan, which is blue and green. Alright, so I found a way to get cyan. We just need a green fluid train right there. And then it won't pick up that magenta. Instead, it's going to be the job of this red train right here. That's going to have 3 wagons on the back of it, so it actually picks up that magenta. And as we go here, the green train will diverge, drop off blue to this green, which are on 2 different floors. That will make cyan, and then the other train will come by and pick up that cyan in the second carriage. And then we just need to connect that to our white one, which I think we're just going to use this first one right here. This might end up with some rerouting later, but well. And then that connects right into there. It should drop off the magenta and cyan, and then drop off the white there before going back. And it has, I mean, it has a decently long journey to go on too, but I couldn't be bothered to double up the carriages and do anything. Anyways, on other news, I guess we did that milestone correct. So, thumbs up there. Let's have a little look. Yep, I can see why that's correct. It's probably because it looks a little bit correct, if I had to guess. Man, this entire thing is so sprawling. I guess that starts to be a bit of a consequence of I need to just grab anything from anywhere, is that you kind of grab everything from everywhere. Anyway, it looks like we got magenta into these guys here. If we press V, yep, we can see them, so that's looking correct. And then we should just have to be waiting on the cyan to eventually be made. It looks like it's going to start soon. Oh, it's already kind of started. Yep, there it is right there, and you can see our red train returning. So that should be all good soon. This white, we have so much white. 3rd floor makes things so much easier. Like, imagine if I didn't have the 3rd floor to do this. I would have been a train wreck, I'm going to be honest. These trains would have been wrecked. I think this is just going to be another big time skip here. I want to complete all of these before we do this milestone. Or I might even wait for these guys to get done. You know what? I'll start with this, see how far I get in, and then once these guys get done, I'll tune back in. We'll complete. We'll do the final phases of Milestone 7, and then I'll complete the rest of the task, Milestone 7, and then we'll call it a day from there, and I'll figure out what I want to do for the next episode, if I want to keep skipping time or if the tasks want to be nicer to me, but I feel like they're not going to want to be nicer to me. So, one more little time skip right here, and we're back. We have the first stage of all our pin tasks done, and we have the final stages of Mile 7 ready for us to complete. Let's also just go through these real quick. Just bop, 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 and bop. Alright, cool. Also, I labeled them this time, so I actually know where each one is. But alas, it's not time to focus on those right now. It is time to focus on our operator level. Or not operator level, what am I talking about? Milestone. Milestone 7. I guess it is kind of our operator level, but at the same time, not really. So now this is where we ask the question. Is this in any way the same shape as this one? No, I think there's some similar elements in here. Well, okay, what happened? So it looks like the circle diagonals are exactly the same. However, the diagonals that are the slopes get swapped and moved up not one tier, but 2 tiers. So it looks like all we have to do is on the train, swap the magenta and cyan for the slopes, and then have white slopes as well, which we can we can fignoodle that in the processing section. And then we just need... Oh, I didn't even realize that those purple squares were also on the slope side. Anyway, we need purple squares and white circle diagonals. Cool. So how do we work this train into doing that? First of all, I mean, do they need to swap actually? I can always change the order in here. Yeah, we're actually going to have to do a lot of different processing stuff. So actually, if I just get rid of that, and even honestly right now get rid of the train because we don't need it. What I need is white slope, magenta square, white circle. Oh, actually, in the way I'm about to do this, we need 2 more white, which means we'll run out of white for this one. It might be time for the fluid and the shape train to be separate and deliver separately up over here. Here, let's just for right now also remove this green train, because it might just have to completely swap where it goes anyway, because it's going to have to pick up that white. Yeah. So on the very bottom layer, it is just cyan circle. So that's one process there. Cyan diagonal circles, and then they just will go into a stacker eventually. And then the next layer, oh, maybe not that one, is you put opposite slope, opposite circle together, paint it white. That's a whole thing. We could save a cyan, actually, if we put those cyan slopes with the circle and then separate them, but we don't need to do that. And then we need slopes and squares to go together and then painted magenta, and then the opposite circles paint white. So really we need cyan white, cyan magenta white, and then circle, slope, square, circle. So let's kind of get an idea of what we want here. What's going to be the ultimate output? So in the very back, for the first layer, we need slope. Then we need slope and circle. Then we need just slope again. Or no, it's circle, slope, square, slope, circle. That is 6 offloaders. God, I could probably be doing this better. I mean, the squares can also, they don't have to come up through here, especially the only ones kind of along this track are right there. And we have square right there as well. Wait, is that a slope? That is a slope. Would have been better if the slope was next to the circle, though. That would have been a lot better. Can I make it next to the square? Yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we make the magenta slope square over here, and that makes it so we can get rid of 2 of these. And I think that means that we just need 1 extra circle, right? Or circle, slope, and then circle, because we'll have the magenta guys coming from another place. Which means that we can still have cyan circle. God, I can feel the steam coming out of my head as I think about all this. God. So the main question I want to ask is, do I want to deposit the paint at the end, or can I still deposit it here? I think I have to deposit at the end still. So let's think about this. We have to make this somewhat tileable. So for like fluid stuff, and this can be moved, I just need a benchmark. We have cyan, white, cyan, white, because we're going to have magenta over here for this guy. I think because, yeah, we're going to do that processing there. So we have 4 of these, 5 of these, because I think these 2 are going to be stacked together and then painted. Have a painting platform there, and yeah, we can't really put one there though, because Yeah, because of how it works. You know, it would actually be kind of cool if you had, like, a space belt fluid junction. So, like, you could put a... Yeah, you could kind of do that. I understand why they don't have that. It'd just be kind of neat. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me test... No, that doesn't. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright. Which we can always just move this back one. Yeah, so it ends up looking like that so far. And then for this and that one being dyed white, why, we just need a simple little painting platform right there. Okay, and then everything can start being stacked together here. So our cyan diagonals go through here, they get painted, they'll end up on the bottom, and then we'll have a diagonal circle, diagonal slope here, they'll get painted white, and then go in, and then we'll have the first layer, and then this is our cyan diagonal slopes, so they need to be put on next. However, no, never mind. I'm thinking about this wrong. Okay, so clearly this needs to go on top of the white. I was kind of thinking about, like, putting the other stuff on top of this and then having it go in here as the finale, but I don't know how viable that is. I think we can kind of do it here, though. Yeah, where that goes on top of the purple. Well, yeah, the purple goes in there. So that will create our white diagonal on top of our purple shape, which then needs to go on top of that, which would be this here. And I think this actually right here works. So the purple part goes in there. It stays on the bottom. Then it goes on top of the cyan slope. And then it goes on top of the other one, and then we get our milestone shape. Okay. Here's our little factory for that. And then this rail is going to go like that, and we're going to have our green fluid train go down that way. So what is the order of this? The order of this is cyan, cyan, white, white. Okay, and that should start making our two cyan guys here. Okay, so then the train comes along here. It picks up the cyan, which actually now needs to be in the back two cards, so right there, yeah. Anyways, that should be the color all good. Alright, and now we should have magenta once this blue comes over to this red, and it'll go over here and paint this little guy. And I think we're just going to do a normal space belt over to right there. Now to fix up our mess of our trains. So let's figure out the order here that we need. So first off, on this bottom one, circle. And then here we can either have circle or slope, but I think I'll just go circle, circle, slope, slope, circle. Ooh, or do I want to go circle, slope, circle, slope, circle? Maybe that's actually what I do. Maybe I want to do alternating. That way, yeah, I don't have to move those. And then for circle, I just move you down one. So that should be the shape train all fixed. Oh, here come all the shapes. Oh no. I forgot to stop. No. Alright, now you're able to unload your shape. Let's go. We're not going to get too far because we don't have cyan. By any chance, would you tell me? No, you're not going to. Alright, well, we might as well at least get shape loading in here. Man, crazy how we have done one of two. God, this is going to be a long episode because I have all these to catch up on. You know what? After I get done with these two, we might have one more jump where these guys are just completed and these guys are all half completed, and then I'll begin the next episode with these guys completed. That might be how we jump cut this for this one. Honestly, I'm going to laugh if this gets done before I even, like, finish this, because at the pace I'm going, it might actually happen. I'm mostly slightly concerned that this fluid train line is so long that it might, like, run out of paint before the train can get all the way back. Or even run out of shapes before... No, the red train should be fine. I'm just more worried about that green fluid train. I'm sure we should be good, especially once we get trains all upgraded to have more capacity and speed. You know what? Speaking of train speed. Never mind. They're both 30. We need one more point. You know what? Is our operator level close? Not really. Anyway, we got cyan. Now we can actually see if this is working. Yay. Oh, we got preview. Does that look like the Milestone 7 shape? Yes, it does. You know what? Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on and hoping that it does indeed fully work. Now, what was I doing over here? This one might be a lot more messy. So, first of all, let's have a little look here. So, as you can see, the bottom layer has the two opposite slopes. The next layer, you know, full all slopes, and then just the magenta diagonal slopes. Then it seems like we move those slopes each up 2 layers, and then, you know, paint the bottom one magenta and the top one cyan, and then stack a white that shape on top. All the shapes we need are here except for this very top one. It's just that we're also missing a cyan color, I believe. Yeah, because it would be 2 cyan colors. Okay, well, where are we processing all? Why is this a normal belt? This is why it's a normal belt. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And what's going on over here, pray tell? Okay. Okay, I think I'm picking up what's being put down over here. It's the issue of, again, of there's no nearby this whole thing. There's no red and blue really that close to each other. I mean, there's this red and blue that we can use for magenta. I think what's going to happen here, this is going to become just the one corner piece. And then we're going to have a separate one that's just the opposite corners. That's then going to end up being the one that goes on top, gets dyed cyan. Oh, wait, yeah, it's cyan. Cyan we need. We can take the red and green from up here if we need some more cyan. Anyway, for this, there we go. I fixed it. Now it'll be these 2 middle layers here. Okay. And then I guess I can just go right down in here. And now we just have that corner piece, except for some reason in this section where some of them are halves, and I don't know why. No, why are you cutters still? And then space belt. So that's all good. Okay, so yeah, now a new one of you. You are going to have the guy that needs to eventually be cyan. And so we can even have like a cyan thing here and move this back even further. Yeah, we can make cyan with those guys. So these 2 guys over here, you'll make cyan and we can have them pick up stuff here and then go over and collect the white. So perhaps we actually move this even further over, and then it will eventually end up looking like that. So we have white, cyan, white. Or, no, hold on, I have a better idea. There we go. So that way we can have, or no, would have it been better the other way? Oh god, hold on. Over here. No, at this point, I should just move this entire damn track. Oh, wait, hold on, I'm seeing a problem. I'm seeing a tiny problem here. I forgot that the train was also delivering those guys. Ooh, okay. What to do about that? I figured out what I can do about that. Okay. So this is going to be the opposite guys who need to eventually go on the 4th layer. They need to be cyan, and they can be painted right here. Yeah. And then that makes you into a bridge. Need to be a bridge. And then you can bridge under this white if you need to be, but I don't think it will have to, because the cyan guys want to go on top of here. Yeah, these guys are being correct. Okay. So yeah, then the cyan guys go on top of these ones. And then we need to figure out where to get the circle. Ooh, hello. Okay, well, first of all, I think the stacker ends up kind of having to look like that. And then that should be the end of the line for this factory here. And then these circles need to come down over here, and they need to get in here somehow. Honestly, I think if I put that right there, I can get away with this train, yeah, being like that. Okay. And then the painting platform can go just right there, where kind of all the crossroads are going to meet. And then come out and go in there. And then this paint will go right in there, and that's be white. Okay, so we need cyan, white, white. So cyan will be the last car, and then white will be the first two cars. Okay. So let's get that figured out with our train. So we already have kind of cyan and purple going around, but that's for those guys there. What we need is I can get some cyan with these guys here. And then with the white, that brake one is already in the right place. The problem is having the stop after this guy, but I think what we can do, get rid of this jump. Oh, well, there goes that train. And then if we just have this somewhere around here, where would be the best place to put it? I think right there is good, because then I can have the stop. Yeah, so you can be the second part, and then you kind of just go through there. Okay. And then you can also just be normal space pipes. Alright, so that should be creating our cyan here. We got a little bit of a belt going on, or the space pipe, fluid loading, have it load the cyan in there, and then we need the brake right there. Okay, cool. You are going to be that, and we'll add the third car in a second. Let's figure out where we need this to go. So I think you just jump over and connect to there, right? Wrong. You need to connect into there. Okay, so if that green line, yeah, then goes around. It passes by and it doesn't stop here to drop off its stuff. And it wants to go up into here. So let's make this a tunnel like that. Okay. Yep, and then that should drop off our paint. Let's go. Let's add that final car then to our train. Nice. Okay. So I think the only thing we have left to do then is add in our diagonal slope here. Oh wait, I completely forgot. I need that one white shape on top. No, I didn't forget. Did I? Wait, hold on. What am I doing? Oh my god, I looked at that. I looked at that for the white circles. That's not what I need. Oh no. We can bring some squares up from here, though. But yeah, this is the white that will be mixed into the final layer. Otherwise, it should be this cyan one. Yeah, then goes on top of that. And then, yeah, okay. Otherwise, it's good. Otherwise, it's good. Otherwise, we were all right. So let's just bring this over. Grab our diagonals. Which diagonal does it need to be? This one? I think it needs to be this one. Yep. Okay, and then this train needs one more carriage on the back of it now. And then, yep, that should drop off everything where it needs to be. We just need the final shape here. Alright, so we got our diagonal squares. Wow, I actually lined that up pretty well. Nice. Good for me. Oh, well, I guess this train is green. That, I think, should be that milestone done, though. I think because of this line, maybe I should just clear out some of this first, though. Oh, and I'm glad I checked this out. I copied this one, which wasn't a full thing anymore, so that's just not producing the right guy. But before it produces the right one, I do just want to clear out this, and some of these guys. Purge the incorrect. So I can put that there. That should start giving us the correct shape. And yeah, that theoretically should be that milestone done. And it looks like we're already halfway through the first milestone 7-1. Cool, great, love that. You know, I was just checking in on my operator because I was a little curious because I noticed when I was looking at it earlier to see if we were close to a research point for train speed that these progress bars are looking different. And yeah, we have less of this of the second operator level than the first one. They're both the same level, yet you just need less of the second one than the first one. That's Weird that they're just not all the exact same for each level. Like, they really want you to be producing a lot of this one, I guess. Alright, looks like for the first time we're picking up those opposite slopes that I added in. And that should be the final thing for the milestone, which means we should be getting a preview here soon. Does that look like Milestone 7? It does to me. Let's go. Honestly, I really like the way that I did this one. I like having using more of the trains to bring the resources in. Because imagine if this was all space belts instead of trains, like space belts and space pipes. We would have 0 platform units left. We would have nothing. So I think, yeah, we're going to have our final time skip here. I'm going to work on some of these. I do have a plan for how I want to do it in the next, I guess, actually 2 episodes before we need to have our task-focused episode. What I want to do is that I just want to have a little check-in on each stage so you guys kind of see what I'm doing. Especially for the harder ones. On these ones, though, it's not that bad. It's just really when we get into color mixing, it's going to be whew. But for these ones, I'll just review the final factory in the next episode. But I will catch you guys real quick when these 2 are both just done. And there's Milestone 7 complete. As you can see, I did get most of the second stages of my task done. Looks like the Parasite guy is still coming in, but that'll be fully in soon. I'll keep working on that. Also got an operator level to claim, and we have a milestone to unlock. We're going into pin pushers. Oh boy, why are there so many tasks? Wait a minute, how do you do that? Well, that's a problem for future me. Oh hey look, we're finally seeing yellow for the first time. I feel like there was no yellow over here. I haven't seen it in so long. But yeah, once again, we got 2 different operator shapes, so 2 different paths. Looks like it's mainly yellow and magenta with a little bit of white, and a couple of pin pushers, you know, the namesake of the milestone. But for now, I'll see you guys when I see you guys next time. I think these are milestone 6 that I'm working on. Yeah, milestone 6 pin tasks will all be done, and we'll be starting work on milestone 8 as well as the milestone 7 tasks. So I'll see you guys for that next time. Bye.